So today I thought I would start filming kind of the preparation for Lolly's foaling. That definitely wasn't, oh my god. Yeah, basically in hopefully the next 2 weeks we're gonna have a little foal. Lolly's getting really close. She's beginning to progress. She bagged up at the start of last week and we're looking out for waxing, and then she just kind of deflated, which is normal apparently. And it's seeming like she's still got a bag, like she hasn't fully deflated, but she's kind of just starting to get back to like a full bag. But yeah, she's just kind of starting to get like some more milk in again, so just kind of looking out for waxing at the moment, and then we're gonna hopefully have a foal on the way soon. So a little backstory for those that are new, Lolly was my first pony. I was 12 and we got her because I was leasing some horses, but she was like the first pony I actually owned and had on my property for me to look after. Like she was my first kind of big responsibility. So yeah, I've had her for probably all up 5 years, but she was actually sold for 2 years in the time that like I had her, I guess. And yeah, we bought her home at the start of the year. Very complicated story. Might get into that in another video. But yeah, she came home at the start of the year pregnant. She did have a foal when she was away. It was a beautiful little colt named Chopper Chop, and she is pregnant to the same stallion that she had that colt to. And thankfully everything went very well for her the first time round. Very smooth, textbook birth, very healthy foal. So yeah, I'm really hoping it's the same this time around. This is my first foal, so obviously I'm wanting to make a bit of a big deal about it and make a video on it. But yeah, I'm really excited and quite stressed. You know, I do want everything to go as smoothly as it possibly can. She's had a really good pregnancy so far. You see the little foal kicking every now and then. We're not far away, and yeah, I thought I would start kind of vlogging it and just seeing what comes in the next hopefully few days. I'm really hoping to have it by the end of the week. She was served at the end of October and it's nearly the end of September, so she did the full 11 months last time. I'm hoping she does like 11 months again and doesn't go too far over or anything. But yeah, we've gotten to a stage where the foal is pretty well cooked. So that's good. But yeah, so far everything has gone well, so we're going to try and keep it that way. So I've been meaning to make this for a while, but I kind of forgot about the whole YouTube thing. Pretty much the birth did not go how I expected. The whole thing didn't go how I expected. It was a surprise. 4 weeks leading up to the birth, I had been taking photos of Lolly's udder every day, morning and night, and there was always progression and then there just wouldn't be, and it was so frustrating because, you know, one moment I'd be like, okay, she's ready, like it'll be soon, and then the next day she would be completely flat, like completely deflated. I think I like expected it to go like she'd bag up and she'd wax up and we'd just be ready to go, and I'd have everything set. I'd camp out with her and I would be there for the birth, and I would film the birth. On the 3rd of October at night, I did what I usually would do. I put the horses to bed, gave them their feeds, checked Lolly, and nothing. She wasn't like flat in the udder, but she was like, she had some milk, but she just didn't have a lot. And I was like, all right, another night, like nothing's gonna happen. I checked her back end and she was quite firm still, not quite really soft. She was like a little bit more jelly-like, but she'd been like that for months. And then obviously Sunday came around, and because it was a Sunday, I slept in. So around, I think 9:30, my mum came downstairs, and they're upstairs and they have a room that like looks out to the paddock, and she said, I can see something in the paddock. And so instantly I was like, oh. The weather like hadn't been great around that time, so I was like thinking, is it like just a piece of like tree or something? Anyway, she's like, oh, I think you need to go have a look. And she sounded a bit concerned. So I went and had a look out the window, and sure enough, there was something lying there. So I went outside and I knew what it was as soon as like I entered the paddock. It was still pretty far away. The closer I got, I kept thinking the worst, obviously. It was just lying there stiff. Like it was a foal. I could tell at this point it was a foal, and just completely stiff. I had quite literally accepted the fact as I was walking over that it was a stillbirth and it probably wasn't alive. I walked straight up to it and touched it, and then it just stood up. I thought it was dead. Oh my God. I'm still not really quite sure what it is. It looked healthy at that point. But yeah, one of my main concerns was that when it was lying in the paddock, Lolly was nowhere near it. Well, she wasn't like really far away, but she wasn't watching over it or anything. And then as soon as I got to it, she came over like, what are you doing? Such a relief, like it was up and it was eating, it was alive. And yeah, and then I did the check. It's a girl! I was right! Even though I would have really loved to have been there and seen it happen, I'm really grateful that she's healthy and Lolly was healthy and that everything seemed to go smoothly. So yeah, that's kind of the birth story, I guess. It was very simple and straightforward. But yeah, Zena's actually 6 weeks old now and she's doing really well. I'm actually in my stable. Oh my God, there's so many bugs. I think one just went up my nose. Actually hiding from her right now, otherwise she'll just be really annoying. I was thinking whether I should do it in the paddock with her, but I wanted to like, you know, like introduce her. But I'll go show her now.